Hey guys, so this is my first Genshin clear video. This is a pretty scuffed team I'm using for the first half, so I'm just not using Kazuha optimally to swirl Hydro. Instead, I'm just using him to infuse Hydro every single time I vape with mualani. So yeah, it's a pretty scuffed video, but you'll kind of understand the concept. For this, for Tui, the first phase obviously goes down easy. For this, for Tui, I would suggest going near him to his left and try to get a shield down quickly, get the other shield down quickly. Obviously I'm struggling a bit here, but it doesn't matter because this part goes really quick if you have mualani, if you have like pretty good setup. As you can see, I just instantly swirl pyro again with Kazuha, do a Mona burst, and I don't know why I did the this thing there. I was just kinda jittery. So yeah, they go down pretty quick. I would also suggest to get the pyro gunner down before getting the cryo one down, because he has this weird thing where he does damage. And yeah, this team is pretty self-explanatory. This is one of the oldest, best teams. So yeah, you don't need much preparation for this part. But I would say like this abyss is very geared towards mualani, right? So like you just have to kind of get around not using xingling. For me, I actually don't have many options on this team. I'm like a returning player, so I'm using xingling on this side and using a pretty scuffed Klee and Kazuha setup just to constantly swirl pyro. Yeah, these enemies also go down pretty quick. The only issue I have with this part of the first floor is getting this next hydro thing. I actually don't know the name. This thing is so annoying, and obviously he has resistance to Yelin's hydro, so yeah, it's super annoying. Just trying to get all my ults back right now. I have a pretty good xingling build. You can see she does like a good amount of damage, and she's been such a nightmare to work towards getting to where she is right now. And yeah, Raiden's pretty good, honestly. I just got Raiden a week back, so she's what enables this team. Kind of makes everything kind of easier. Her ER requirements, like the way she shortens ER requirements for all the other characters, is super OP, and it's so underrated. Honestly, she's still pretty good, like in my opinion. Because I just started playing the game a few weeks back, so I don't really have the most optimal setup for her. But yeah, I just got her, and for like a 1 week build, she's doing really good, honestly. I've never ever cleared floor 12. Like, this is my first time clearing floor 12 all the way. So this is pretty good, like, for what I have. Again, yeah, xingling's ER is so annoying. Just going back into Raiden. I got pretty close here, and all the runs are pretty scuffed because I always end up coming pretty close to going to like the time limit, or like pretty close to dying. Yeah, this floor is super annoying because these guys will obviously I don't have a healer on this team, and this guy, like the brown mushroom, will like kind of dash into you, and that stuns you for a long time. That's like super annoying. So yeah, I just get a nice shot off here. I obviously as you can see, mualani is pretty OP. I'm trying to get some ER back for Kazuha and Mona. Yeah, switch to Mona here just to get the particles. Yeah, and I can start the rotation back again to a burst. Mona. So Mona is like, I actually could not have done this without Mona's C1, and I'll show her build. She's on a nothing build, honestly. She's not doing that much damage either. She's just there to give like the omen buff. Yeah, honestly, I should like a more optimal setup. I would clear this hen in that rotation alone, but yeah, he has a lot of HP and he's super annoying to deal with. Again, I have all my burst back, so it's time to go for the same thing. Apply pyro, Kazuha's ult, Mona ult. Yeah, again. And this is a pretty huge hit. Yeah, she's so OP, honestly. I never expected they'd come out with a character like this who just has high damage per screenshot. But yeah, she's pretty fun to play with. Again, this side does not need any explanation. Pretty obvious. This guy gets stunned so easily, honestly. Like, I don't think I get hit by him at all. I could jinx myself, actually. Yeah, I really wish Raiden's ult would last a little bit longer, just so to make everything Oh yeah, that was a pretty horrible miss. That probably could have cost us a run, but yeah, I guess I get pretty lucky later on. Nice damage from Yellen there. Yeah, Mago Kenki, this Mago Kenki is kind of annoying because he has this invulnerability here, and his attacks do a lot of damage. So I would suggest just try to iframe, just learn to iframe some of his attacks. And I think I try to do it. I try my best to do it. I'm not really a god gamer. Yeah, I guess I see. I get kind of hit by that. That's pretty annoying. Nice bit of energy back. Shangling's almost ready to burst again, so I go again. Bennett burst, Shangling burst, Yellen. I guess it would be more optimal to burst with Yellen before, but it doesn't really matter. I really want to collect those energy particles from Yellen because she doesn't need them, to be honest. She has enough ER to like not require them, and I guess I cut pretty close here. You can see her. Oh my god, you can see her HP is really low. Yikes, dude. Pretty good. Same rotation again. Yes, okay, so yeah, that kind of worked out and in the end, thankfully. Moving on to floor 3. This floor is probably the most annoying because EMA has a lot of invulnerability, and this side, this fat guy is super annoying because his damage do a lot of his attacks do a lot of damage, and yeah, pretty good damage here. Oh yeah, and you can see. So I have a really weird build on Mona, so she's just going just for ER. Oh yeah, and another tip is to break these things down before. As you can see, he ate one. If he doesn't eat a single one, I guess he gets stunned for a longer time. I'm not sure though. He's a new enemy, so I'm not really sure. You can see I didn't crit there. Normally not critting there is a reset 100% of the time, but then I cleared this floor like a while back, but then I went back because I didn't get footage of it, obviously. So yeah, I'm just trying to get all my bursts back. I could have been a little bit faster here. Mualani doesn't have her burst back either. I would suggest to not build any ER on Mualani. It is, I wouldn't say it's pointless, but it's not required at all. Even if she doesn't burst as often, like you can still see she still has a burst, like even though there's a Hydro character. But if you play her without any Hydro character, it's genuinely fine. Like you don't need to battery her, you don't need her burst at all. Like if you can just supercharge her E, whatever it's called, like her surf attacks, it's still pretty good. Or as you can see, I kind of use Yellen's burst before, which is I guess optimal. Which is, I guess, more optimal. Pretty good random damage here. I think I end up cutting pretty close here. Spoiler warning. As you can see, I'm trying to... Yeah, I really wish her burst would last longer. Pretty pathetic damage there from Yellen. But yeah. If you do vaporize Yellen's E, it does a lot of damage. It does like 50k for me. And I don't really have like the best Yellen build. Her crit ratio, we'll get into the build a little bit later, but yeah, she doesn't really have the best possible build. Moving on, yeah, this phase is really annoying. Yeah, she did 20k there, that's super good. I don't know why, for some reason I don't have all my bursts up, like at least I don't have Yellen's burst up. End up getting Shangling's burst a bit late. Alright, so this is pretty, yeah, I'm cutting it pretty close here. Yeah, as you can see, Yellen's damages, I actually didn't notice it before, she does a lot of damage, that's like really good. I don't really have that much crit rate on her either, so that didn't crit, her E didn't crit, that's pretty annoying. Yeah, oh, this is super close, I actually don't know, like, is this... yeah, and her, I don't know why, I guess it didn't crit, like Raiden's burst didn't crit. But yeah, moving on to the builds, we have Raiden Shogun first. She has good amount of attack because I have an attack stance on her. And her ER, obviously her ER could be a little bit more. As you can see, sometimes I end up not getting her burst. A pretty good crit because of her weapon. Her weapon has a really good weapon on her. 8% crit, so that helps a lot. Obviously 4-piece emblem is a must for her. No cons, and talent is 8-9. Again, I just got her, so for a 1 week build, it's pretty good. Not having any consolations. Moving on, Yellen, 35k HP with Abyss buff shields at 40k HP. 62, 152. The only thing is, like, the reason I didn't prioritize crit rate for her that much is because, obviously, Fab Warbo, is because she attacks a lot of times, so it kind of balances out. 4-piece emblem, yeah, so I sacrificed the crit rate for having a 4-piece emblem, and I don't have a hydro damage goblet on her, instead I just have 2 HP percent, which kind of works out. You know, I'm sacrificing a few things just to run 4-piece emblem, which I think is like a bigger value of this thing. Could go for a little bit more ER on xingling, but she's, like I said, I've had her for the longest time, and she's been such a nightmare to get to where she is right now. I can't be bothered having R5 the catchy. This is the most annoying thing in the game. Moving on to her artifact, she has 4-piece emblem, obviously, and I did use the artifact transmuter just to get her an ERP, C6 of course. Yeah, 9-6, 9-12, it's pretty good. Moving on to Benny. Benny's a worse build character on this side of the team, to be honest. Like, I could do such a better job with him. I could have, like, we'll see later on, a pretty dog shit weapon on him too. We'll see later on, but you can see I don't have any artifact bonus. I should ideally be on 4-piece noblesse. And 6-7 is pretty mid. Moving on to Klee. Klee's build is whatever, honestly. It doesn't really, like, it doesn't matter at all, like, how you build her. If you're on this team, like, it doesn't matter. You can use someone else other than Klee, like, you can use Toma or Jinyan, but then I found that their pyro application, like, because Klee is a catalyst user, so it's super easy for her to just easily apply pyro. And obviously, if you can use Klee as a support, to be honest. Like, if you run any other character. 737 EM on Kazuo. Kazuo is one of my best build characters. 180 EM. I could go for more EM, but I'm sacrificing that for having good amount of ER because he's the only animal unit here on this side of the team. Moving on to his artifacts. 4-piece VV, of course. Cons, no cons, of course, and 7-7 should be higher, but then moving on to Mona. Mona is also on like a whatever build. Again, she's just there for support, good amount of ER. Could go for more. I have a pretty dog shit weapon on her too. Yeah, I actually don't know why I have this level up to 80, but yeah, her better weapon would be Favonius Codex for her like most optimal support build. Artifacts, whatever, probably should be on Noblesse. Doesn't matter for xingling. And this is why I have her, is so I could get this C1 vaporize damage. That makes a huge difference for mualani, at least. Like, it's made such a huge difference for her, and that's like 90% of the reason why I'm using Mona. Moving on to mualani. I'm very happy with mualani's build, considering I do not have Obsidian Codex. I have the Witsit, and the Witsit is like, it's super annoying, but it's such a good weapon, and I do end up resetting a lot with her. If I end up getting the first proc, it's like 100% reset. Obviously no Obsidian Codex. 8-7, I just got her to 8, and she does like insane damage level 1. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, and like and subscribe.